On September 8, 2025, in a Hollywood Hills impound lot, a Tesla drew attention for a foul odor that workers simply couldn't ignore. Inside the trunk, investigators made a chilling discovery: black plastic bags. Inside they found human remains dismembered and decomposed. The victim was later identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, also known as Celeste Hernandez. She had been missing from Lake Elsinore, California, since May 2024. For over a year, her family waited for answers. That answer finally came, but it was the one they had feared most. The Tesla was traced back to David Anthony Burke, better known by his stage name David. At just 19, he was one of music's fastest rising stars. But now, his career and his life were under a microscope. At first, police suggested the vehicle was just one of many in his name used by others, perhaps giving him plausible deniability. But the details soon began to point back at him. Celeste's mother told reporters her daughter had a boyfriend named David online. Sleuths uncovered photos and videos allegedly linking the two. And then there was the tattoo, both on Celeste's and David's index finger. As the story spread, more disturbing evidence surfaced. Social media lit up with alleged screenshots from David's iCloud and Discord. Clips from a 2024 livestream showed him with a girl resembling Celeste, at one point telling moderators to delete everything from the livestream.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Discord messages suggested the two had been in contact since as early as 2021, when Celeste would have been just 11 years old. Users in his server posted warnings that he liked kids. His lyrics and music added to the suspicion. An unreleased track, allegedly titled Celeste, described a girl with his name tattooed and smiling her on my clothes. His breakout hit Romantic Homicide, released on Celeste's birthday, was suddenly reinterpreted. Its line, "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it," chilling in retrospect. And then came another allegation. Discord logs suggesting Celeste may have been pregnant at the time of her death. Police widened their investigation. A Hollywood Hills home, rented by his manager, was searched. Bags of potential evidence were seized. Electronic devices were taken.
Resulted in the police getting a search warrant, checking every nook and cranny of the house, and retrieving multiple trash bags full of potential evidence.
Through a spokesperson, David has said he is cooperating fully. He has not been officially named a suspect. No arrests have yet been made, but the fallout was immediate. His tour was canceled. Endorsement deals with Crocs and Hollister ended. His record label suspended an album release. And a planned event at the Grammy Museum was pulled. For Celeste's family, the discovery brought heartbreak and closure to a search that lasted over a year, but questions remain. What was the true nature of her relationship with the musician? And how did her life end inside the trunk of his abandoned car? Until investigators provide answers, the silence surrounding this case remains the most haunting sound of all.
On a quiet stretch of highway, police officers pulled over a routine vehicle. What they discovered inside was anything but routine. The driver was a man named Brendan James Brooks, and his car would soon become the center of a deeply disturbing investigation. When officers began searching the vehicle, they uncovered a collection of items that felt like they were taken straight from a nightmare. Among them were childlike dolls, disturbingly realistic in appearance and clearly intended to mimic children. Alongside them, investigators also found knives, rope, duct tape, and other items that pointed toward preparation for something far darker. Brooks had no immediate explanation for why he possessed these items. He claimed they were for his personal use, but that reasoning did little to calm the rising fear of what his intentions may have been. The combination of dolls designed to look like children, along with weapons and tools of restraint, painted the picture of a man who was not only dangerous, but potentially preparing to act out fantasies that could cause irreparable harm. Authorities quickly impounded the vehicle and seized the evidence. Every detail was cataloged, every knife, every roll of tape, every disturbing object. Investigators began piecing together whether Brooks had acted on his fantasies before, or if he had been stopped just in time. The case ignited widespread outrage. In this case, the presence of knives and rope eliminated any question of intent. Brooks wasn't simply a collector of disturbing items. He looked more like a predator preparing for an opportunity. Neighbors described him as quiet, withdrawn, and unremarkable. No one expected he was hiding something so sinister in the trunk of his car. The thought that someone living among them could harbor such fantasies was chilling enough, but the tools to make them a reality were right there, just inches away. Prosecutors moved quickly. The disturbing nature of the items, combined with the potential threat, meant Brooks faced serious charges. Luckily, law enforcement was quick to prevent any horrifying plans that might have been just days away.
In 2010, a college student in California made a discovery that would ignite a nationwide debate about privacy, surveillance, and government power. His name was Yasser Afifi, and what he found under his car would shake the country. It started innocently enough. Yasser had taken his car in for routine maintenance. But when the mechanic hoisted the car up, they spotted something unusual tucked underneath the car. It was a black box with wires and an antenna firmly attached by magnets. Neither Yasser nor his friends had ever seen anything like it. At first, he thought it might be a bomb. The device looked ominous, bulky, and out of place. But curiosity soon took over. Yasser and his friends took photos, posted them online, and asked the internet for help identifying it. Within hours, the images went viral. The answer quickly emerged. It was an FBI-issued GPS tracking device. The revelation stunned him. Why would the FBI be secretly tracking a college student with no criminal record? Yasser was the son of an Egyptian immigrant, and he had never been in trouble with the law. But in the years after 9/11, surveillance on Muslim Americans had quietly escalated, and Yasser had unknowingly become a target. Things escalated further just 2 days later. While Yasser was driving with a friend, FBI agents suddenly approached his car. They demanded the device back, confirming it was government property. The agents admitted they had been monitoring him, but refused to explain why. Yasser realized he had stumbled into the murky world of secret surveillance programs the public was never meant to see. The story exploded in the media. Civil rights groups condemned the surveillance, calling it an overreach and an invasion of privacy. The fact that the FBI could attach a tracking device to a citizen's car without a warrant raised alarm bells. Legal experts rushed to point out that at the time, the practice was largely unregulated. Only later, in 2012, did the U.S. Supreme Court rule in United States v. Jones that warrantless GPS tracking violated the Fourth Amendment. He hadn't been charged with a crime. He hadn't been accused of wrongdoing. Yet his movement was being watched. The case of Yasser Afifi was a glimpse into a surveillance operating in the shadows,